Hey guys, this is Rajesh Patnaik, and today I welcome you to yet another interview session with a very famous director, photographer, and cinematographer, Mr. Tushar Mahajan. And he's joining with us directly from Mumbai. Hi Tushar, welcome to this interview. How are you doing?
Hi, thanks for the introduction. I'm really well. I'm doing well. How are you?
Great, great, great. So let me brief all of you up today a bit because we've been briefing in every interview session that earlier this month we started with an event, the event of Storybrook. It's a story writing event where you guys can participate. And in the Storybrook, we have prizes worth up to 50,000 and up to 50 participants get to be published in the Rostrum publications. Not only this, the top four stories which are being selected by the jury are gonna be produced, mentored, and taken and converted into plays by We Move Theatre from Bangalore. Now, hurry up, guys! Apart from the winner and runner-up, we have a lot of other exciting prizes also. And the Storybook event is being judged by a very famous actor and a writer, a script writer himself, Mr. Saurabh Khandelwal from Mumbai. So today we have with us that man who creates stories through his photographs. So Tushar Mahajan, uh, I was going through your bio, I was going through your Insta profile and all, and constantly one question was behind my back that why and when did you choose to be a photographer?
So why I don't actually have a reason for it because like I love doing it, and more than that, when I joined my college, I was not very interested in what I was learning. So I started learning photography simultaneously. And by the time I started learning photography and experimenting in photography, I realized that this is something which is more beyond just something you can call work. This is beyond that. So obviously, once you find passion in something, you start doing that. So yeah, I like that's how I started, and yeah, that's the reason. Like I just wanted to do something which adds to my profile, or probably my self. It should be something wherein I can express my thoughts. So yeah.
So you have been a travel photographer for so many years. So which has been the favorite destination place which you have captured in
So
your lenses?
I'm majorly not just a travel photographer. I do a lot of commercials, and commercial photography is something people usually know me for because I work with brands and influencers. But travel, whenever it comes to travel is something I do for my passion. So travel photography, I would say I've loved the country called Philippines. I've been there, and I love the fact that how how drastically changing environments are there in just one nation, which is so small. So I could capture the brightest of the brightest sun. I could capture the like massive rains. So I actually love that place because in a small country you get to see so many seasons right away.
Okay. So you being a photographer and doing a lot of commercial photography, as you mentioned, there is always a little bit of technical challenges which you face. Like let's say the camera units are sometimes very heavy. Sometimes you have the very technical issues with the cameras. So how do you deal with such challenges? What is your that one mantra which keeps you updated that okay, the challenge is going to come and I'm going to deal with it right now?
So I feel when these challenges come, and which way, if you have to get through the shoot, you have to get through the shoot. So you have to do it. It's more like when you mentioned the heavy equipment. Heavy equipment is there. Like I use a gimbal, and then I use a big camera, and then there are lenses. And when I use all of that together, I am a slip disc patient myself. So I have a back injury that I had in 2011. So because of that, it really becomes difficult at times to shoot for constantly for 2 3 hours in a single go. So I take breaks, but even if I don't get a time to take break, I keep on shooting because while shooting, I feel you don't realize anything. You realize things once the day is over, once you have set back up, Once you're going back home, then you realize which bone is saying what to you. So during the shoot, it's not something I entirely focus on, to be very honest.
So during this whole tenure of shooting and when you were capturing pics, do you have any such memorable incidents which is very close to your heart or which you would like to share with our viewers right now?
So I would ask you first, like, do you want to listen to a good one or a bad one?
Definitely a good one and
Like
also a
good
bad
memory
one
or a bad
because
memory?
sometimes we learn from bad memories also. So both are fine with us.
So I was traveling. This is a good one, good side of the story. So I was
Okay.
traveling to Triund. Triund is a place in Himachal, Dharamshala. So I had a 6 hour trek, and what usually people do is they reach Triund and they stay there for a night. So I lost my like glasses. I'm blind without these glasses, and I'm not used to lenses. So I lost my specs, and I had to do that entire trek, which was good enough. We reached during the time it was the sun was going down. So I have before that incident, I had never seen Milky Way. Like capture is a different thing altogether. I never saw Milky Way with my naked eye. So on that height, you can actually see if the sky is clear and all of the things. So the moment I reached and I looked up, I could see bokeh, like bokeh of stars. Because obviously I'm blind, half blind, so I can't see the crystal clear stars, but I can figure out that okay, the sky is full of stars. So that fine day, I clicked the picture wherein I realized even if I'm blind, my camera can give me eyes. Like my camera caught that image, and once I got my specs back, I saw and I saw the clarity of the image. I was like, dude, what what a beauty! But yeah, I regret that I couldn't see the entire thing with my naked eyes. But then, yeah, I've been more careful after that. And when it comes to the bad one, the bad memory is like it was raining in Delhi. I had my cousin like enjoying the rain. I asked him to just keep on doing what he was doing. I just thought of capturing him, and I got a really beautiful picture out of it, like that emotion wherein he's playing with the water and it's raining, it's heavy, and all of those things. Just when I came back in my room, I realized my camera is gone because like water or something entered it. So for next 45 days, because Canon takes a lot of time, for next 45 days I had no camera with me. This is
My God, with so much of it must have been a very big loss for you. How do you deal with such loss? And
I I feel it's a part of life. At that given point of time, obviously I was disheartened. I was feeling really bad. For good 2 years, I never felt like that image was good. That image was worth it. But then now when I see it, when I'm over, like I'm done with all of those things, I've paid for all that expenses and everything. Now I feel it's fine. It's a part of my memory. At least I had, like, today we can talk about it. If this never happened to me, I could have never got a chance to talk about something as bad and good as it is. So it's life. I feel it happens. I think we should answer this question. This is Ankush is
yes,
asking
yes.
this from Bangalore.
So
So
there are a
how
lot
do
of
you?
young viewers who are listening to us right now. And Ankush from Bangalore has asked this question that how do you describe your life so far with the career in photography field?
So I would say that it's a roller coaster for sure, and it has to be it. Like I think to make life interesting, you have to go with the ups and downs. So I've had my cup of ups and downs, and I've enjoyed all of those. So the downs when they were coming to me, I never enjoyed it back then, but now I know the worth of it because it has helped me understand a lot of things. It has made me the person I am today. So with time, things gradually change, and all these experiences that you get, it's for a bigger good. Like it's for a betterment of your own self and your skill and your career. So I think whatever happened, whichever way it happened, it was a beautiful journey, and it will remain a beautiful journey for me always.
So, Tushar, at this moment, you are an inspiration to many of those people who are watching us right now. I'm sure somebody was an inspiration to you to get into this field and work in this field, work hard in this field. So, I would love to know about that one person or that one moment which inspired you or which still inspires you to stay in this field despite of all the challenges that you face.
So it's a good question. If I am inspiration to people out there, then thank you, and have more inspirations, because that's how I think inspirations are in today's world. Like initially, when I started photography, I had zero inspiration, and that also shows in the career graph of mine. Like when I started, I had no aim. I was doing everything. So I had no goal, no aim. I was just doing photography for the sake of photography and for the love of photography. My first inspiration, I believe, was Mr. Aditya Venkatesh, and the experience I've just shared with you when I lost my camera and all of those things. At that point of time, I read about him, and I got a chance to see a live session of his in a TEDx talk. So I was moved. I was moved that day because Mr. Aditya Venkatesh lost his entire equipment, and then he started phone photography. And he's one of the initial pioneers of mobile photography in India. So that's something which moved me. Like that was like, if I don't have my camera, how does it matter in today's world? I have a phone, I can still click images, and images are something I do. Obviously, I couldn't do commercial out there because you like the client doesn't expect you to use a cell phone for commercials. But then there are ways if you want to find ways. So I started renting equipment, and all of those things have added to my life. And in today's world, like in present day scenario, I have a lot of inspirations. Like I get inspired by my students itself. Like sometimes when I see them, the kind of efforts they put to click something, or they put to take out something of something. Like I'm not good in weddings. I don't do wedding photography a lot. One of my student is such a brilliant wedding photographer. I can't even tell you how inspired I feel when I see him working, because he doesn't give up. Like he doesn't bother about what is happening around him, like during the wedding, wherein I feel a lot of challenge when it comes to going out in front of 100 to 150 people and clicking images, which is something which is not in your control as well. The entire process is a haywire process. So yeah, so I strongly feel inspirations, like initial inspiration was Mr. Aditya Venkatesh. He's still my inspiration. Now I get inspired by Ganesh Varane, and Varun Aditya. So these guys are the people I look forward to, and Vineet Vora. So the kind of like whosoever is following like this conversation right now, I would suggest go to these people's profile, and then you will realize how much effort it takes to become who they are right now. So yeah, every person will teach you any something or the other, and it can be other than a photographer also.
So there are many young people out there who are exploring this field of photography as a career option. So if you would like to guide them that what are the various career options which are there in this field and how do you approach towards those career options?
So I strongly feel when it comes to the initial part, if you want to become a photographer, you should know what is that one thing that made you think that you should become a photographer, and pursue that as a profession. So, for example, if I like clicking portraits and I feel like I should earn out of it, then I should aim for being a portrait photographer. And this is something which I have learned from my experience, because initially, because I just wanted to earn money out of it, and I just wanted to be like, I'll be very brutally honest for this. I wanted to earn money out of it, and I wanted to grasp that initial impact of working in a society wherein you can earn money out of your passion. I was in college when I started earning, and that money aspect always kept me moving. But after a year, I realized what is my forte, what is that one thing that I'm good at. So, like, it's okay if that comes to you in the midway. So All you have to take care of is that the fact that you know what is your forte, or you are in the process of knowing what is your forte. Because if you do that, then obviously it helps you focus on things better. And when it comes to the field of photography in today's world, because of social media, photography and cinematography is something that is a part of every field, everything, like everything. If you have to create a poster, you will need a picture. If you have to create a newspaper article, you will need a picture. If you want to, if you're getting married, you will need a photographer. If you're getting engaged, then also people need a photographer. Everything is there. Like every aspect of photography is wide open right now because of the social media. So you can discover, and I feel when I started working, and today's generation, which is like 7 years of difference, is there. It's huge. The difference is huge, and opportunities are massive. Things are shifting to social media and internet. Everything is becoming online. So every product that people used to get shot for their catalogs now is getting shot for the Amazon website or the Flipkart website. Whichever way you're getting a chance to click images. So I feel you just have to get into the market and seek whatever is coming. And then like it's the beggar and chooser thing. Like initially you can't be choosers, you have to just catch hold of whatever is coming, so that you can invest on your equipment, you can invest on your knowledge, you can invest on things like simple gadgets, lenses, which you'll require to do things that you love. Because for portrait, most of the people don't usually get paid a lot. So if you are interested in portraits, then I would suggest you to do multiple things that make you earn money, and that money you utilize to bring in equipment, lights, and stuff for your experimentation, and then make a feed out of it. Like make your Instagram strong enough, reach out people and show them your profile. So that's how the entire process is.
Okay. So, Tushar, like you said, you use the word market. Now, whenever I hear the word market, another word rings up in my ears, which is called competition. Now, to stay in the competition, how do you or any other photographer by by that case, how what special training or what special advancements should a photographer go through on a daily basis, or to stay in that competition?
Good question. So there's not like a manual or something for this. It's not like there's a process or there's a book written on this wherein you have to follow it. See, if you are an artist, you be it any field, you can't be occupied and earning at the same point of time, and doing things that you love doing, first of all, and second of all, happy with the amount you are getting paid. So if you are an artist, this is the first thing you sign up for. That okay, I'll never be satisfied with the amount I'm getting, and I'll never be satisfied with the work I'm getting. So this is something I have also signed up for, and I feel this is the downside of being an artist. Like I don't have to wake up at 9 a.m., start my office, and then get done by 5, and then do some extra job, and then like sleep on time because I have to wake up again. So I woke up at 3 for this 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. call. So that's my life. That's the pleasure I'm getting out of it. So in return, there are a lot of things that I'll face also. Like there are a lot of dips and downs which I'll have to go through. So one of them is not getting work. One of them is getting work which is not worth doing. And then one of them is getting work which is not creative enough, or working with people which you might not like eventually. So at that given point of time, you have to decide. Are you keen to wait, or are you just willing to work the way things are? So I have all these sort of moods wherein I know that okay, right now I need money to stay stable. I have a lot of expenses to pay. I have to take care of a lot of things. So if I think that okay, this is my duty to arrange for, like let's say, finances and stuff like that, I do shit work also, wherein my work will stand out for sure because I'll put in my hard work and everything. But I know that there is no life to that work. There is nothing like if I do a product shoot someday, half of the people who follow me, they won't even know that I've done that shoot, and I'll make sure that they don't get to know that I've done that shoot. But then there are things that I do. And then there are things wherein I know that okay, I'm not getting paid for it, but this short film I have to shoot for sure. Tomorrow I'm shooting a short film. I'm getting nothing out of it. But that expression that I'll have, that freedom of doing something, I'm directing it and I'm the DOP as well. So you have to take those calls. I feel like it's a part of your life, and till the time it doesn't click for you. Like if, for example, by God's grace, I become a big director someday, all of these efforts will be worth it. And then probably I'll be getting paid for what I'm doing, and I'll be getting paid for things that I love doing. So that's how things work. I feel like you have to invest, invest, and invest till the time you get returns. It's like a stock market.
Okay, that's very well put. So, photographer and cinematographer. So, when we put both photography and cinematography in a weighing scale, where does the heart of Tushar Mahajan goes? Does it go to the cinematography or does it go towards the photography?
So again, I'll be brutally honest. I think cinematography because it's something that entirely from point A to point Z, wherever I've reached right now, I've learned that entire thing on my own. Photography is something like. I still feel I've taken 2 months classes for that. So I never count it as okay, I've done this entirely on my own. I have a teacher who has taught me some things, and I respect that and I give credits for that. But cinemat is something I have done everything on my own. So that's one. Secondly, cinematography and photography are very interlinked. Photography is a very challenging job. You have to express everything in one frame. Whereas for every second you get 24 to 25, also sometimes 30 frames per second to express one thought, where you can capture movements. Like for example, right now, if I just sit in front of you and I smile, that tells that I am happy. But if I tell you that why I'm happy, it's a larger conversation being portrayed, or probably it's easier for the audience to understand what is happening. So that's where I feel I get more liberty of expressing people what I feel and expressing my thoughts very well. Photography is challenging, but photography I feel I only love when I do street photography because that's where I get a lot of stories happening right in front of me, and I just wish to grab all of those stories in my frames. But yeah, when it comes to a usual day-to-day life, I'll always prefer some movements or something in the frame.
Okay, okay. So, Tushar, uh, as you are being very brutally honest, let me ask you this question: that where does Mr. Tushar Mahajan see himself in next 10 years?
Holding a camera and probably like I don't know where, but I know which situation I'll be in. I'll be I'll be probably having a con call or a video call just like I am having right now. I'll be in my back head. I'll always have thoughts like, okay, after this is this, I have to do this thing, and then XYZ, XYZ. So I am a very messed up guy, like when it comes to planning out things. So that thing I'm very sure about that it will stay with me, and the love for this work will probably increase with time. And yeah, there's no particular place that I see myself in. I just want to be in a space wherein in the 10 years span that you have mentioned, I have done something that I feel good about. I don't want to stay on the same graph where I am today, and that's not just for the for a Tushar Mahajan after 10 years. That's for a Tushar Mahajan every month. Like I want to do something every month that at least makes me happy because eventually nobody is there. No one is going to be there. No audience is going to be there. Nothing is going to stay with you. It's the internal happiness that you have and the love and passion for your work that you have. So if you are not happy with it, then what was the point of getting into such a challenging job, becoming an artist, having society issues, having money issues? I could have done a MBA after my BBA. I could have joined a good job, earned 20-30 lakh rupees a month, and like 20-30 lakh rupees per annum, and then enjoyed a normal, simple life wherein I would have got time for my family, I would have got time for myself and all of those things. But if I have taken a challenging job and I aim to earn more out of it, then my biggest earning should be and would be my happiness, like how happy I am doing what I am doing and how people see me. That emotion, the society acceptance is also one thing that an artist always is very hungry for. So I feel, yeah, that's something I would want to see.
Okay, so let me ask you one question here. Okay, what is that dream project or what is that dream destination where Tushar Mahajan wants to establish himself?
So dream destination would be Marvel Studios, because I am a very big
Huge fan
Marvel
of
fan.
Mars.
And yeah, if you see my Instagram feed, you will see how I make use of the miniatures and try and create my own universe. But yeah, Marvel Studio is something I always wanted to be a part of. And when it comes to what was the second part of the question?
So, what is the dream project basically where you want to see
Dream
yourself or
project.
want to?
So dream project would be dream project isn't something which is very huge, to be very honest. It's just that I want to. There are always multiple thoughts that hit you. So one of those thoughts which hits me every now and then is I should do something for artists out there. Like do something wherein I can express the challenges I faced, and it's not just in my field of work; it's in every field of work. And I would say I'm actually very fortunate enough to get connected with people and get along with people. That has helped me create a future out of it, because I've seen people of my age. They started during the same time. They started working and they were clicking better pictures than me, but now they're non-existent. So there are a lot of challenges, and I want to make a proper documentary out of it. I have had a word about this with a lot of musicians, a lot of artists I work with. Nobody's actually very supportive of it because it takes a lot of money and it's a very big gamble. But last year, if you remember, there's this web series that came, Bandish Bandits.
Yes.
So though it has a touch of Bollywood in it and it has a touch of the love story and love angle sort of thing, I strongly feel that that web series actually made me happy because people were talking about art, and art which is classical. Like for me, it's a very big and bold move that somebody has made an entire show on classical music and the aspects of it. So I would love to do something of that sort, which is not just a content which is not just a commercial content. It's something which leaves a message, something that makes the society be aware of what is happening.
Okay. So, Mr. Tushar Mahajan, as I said, there are a lot of people who are looking at us. There are a lot of aspiring photographers who are listening to us right now and trying to gain something inspiring. So, what would be your? I'll leave you with this question: that what would be the words of inspiration? Would you like to give it to those all those people who are aspiring to be a photographer or a cinematographer someday in the future?
So I would say words of inspiration should be your words that you have been telling yourself, and like the same question that you asked me like before this, that what is your dream job? Always keep reminding yourself about what your dream is, because if you keep reminding yourself of your dream, you'll always have that urgency of working towards it. You'll always feel like time is less and opportunities are less, so you'll start grabbing them. There will be downfalls for sure. Like if an artist is watching this, I can surely, like I'm 100% sure that you already must have gone through some challenges. Being an artist itself is a challenge. It's like family challenge, relationship challenge, friends challenge. Everything is going to come up as a challenge, but then just make sure that whatever you do it with full heart and full strength of yours, and put in your 100%, because eventually if you lack in something, then you can't blame anybody, and if that opportunity is gone, any which way blaming is not going to work for you. So make sure that the time you have, make sure the opportunities you have, you make the most out of it. And even if you don't get the 100% out of it, just let it be. It's fine. It's fine. Another opportunity will come, or else just work on creating an opportunity for your own self.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you were listening to the conversation with Tushar Mahajan, the eminent photographer and cinematographer, and I'm sure that you have gained a lot from this conversation. And Tushar, at this moment, I would like to appreciate and thank you for your time that you have consented to be a part of this interview. And I'm sure a lot of people out there who have heard us today have definitely inspired and have become more adamant in their dream of being a photographer and a cinematographer. So I would thank you from the heart from Rostrum Diaries, on behalf of Rostrum Diaries. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation for this interview.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for giving me a chance to speak in front of people.
Definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, not to forget, we are having this event of Storybook Challenge where you can be a part of it by by registering at www.rostrumdiaries as hashtag Storybook. The event is being judged by Saurabh Khandelwal, and you send in your short stories within 2,000 words, and you have we have prizes for you worth 50,000. And not only this, the top 50 participants selected by the jury will get to be featured in Rostrum publications for free. And top four people whom the top four stories which the jury likes, will be mentored in a workshop and converted to plays by VMove Theatre Bangalore. We have exciting prizes. Come on, hurry up, guys. We have we have 3 more months. The event is till October 31st, followed by which we'll be announcing the winners and special mention awards also. So come on, guys, enter into the Storybook Writing Challenge. And with this, we would move back to Tushar. Tushar, I hope you love this Storybook Challenge. Would you like to give some inputs to this?
Again, I would say it's a beautiful opportunity for writers, and it's a lovely opportunity wherein you get to present your art to somebody from Bollywood, and you also get a platform to say out what you have in mind. So I think people who have been writing stories and who have been working on stories, it's a brilliant platform. You must share those stories because keeping them to yourself won't help. So why not bring it out? And even if you don't get the opportunity of being selected for the films, or you don't become the winner of it, you'll know that there's something which is lagging. And also, if you stay in touch with this entire competition, and if you see that what won, which story got a chance to get featured, then you'll know the difference that was there in your story and that story. So it's always better to lose also, because you get to learn so many things, and next time when you come out stronger. So yeah, it's a good opportunity, and competitions are something I also participate in. So I always say that whenever you get a chance to just do it.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Tushar Mahajan. And with this, this is Rajesh Patnaik signing off. And we meet you again very soon with another eminent personality at the same in the same interview. And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for this. Thank you, Tushar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank